46 local high schools compete in a tournament of knowledge for a trip to Europe on this year's hottest game show, Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by SBC, Oracle, the San Mateo Credit Union, and Samtrans. And now, the best host on the West Coast, the one, the only, Brad Friedman.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to Quiz Kids and to the last show in our first round of play. We have two teams for you today who have very interesting stories, which we'll get to a little bit later. But for now, let me just introduce them. Over here, we have the Albany High School Cougars. And here we have our wild card team, the Harker Eagles. So let us begin with the collaboration round. Welcome to the show, teams. In this round, you will play as a team. I have a series of 10-point questions here I will ask you. The question will come to you. You'll have a few seconds to collaborate. Your captain will then give me the answer you think is correct. If Shen or Yi give me the right answer, you'll score 10 points. If you give me the wrong answer, however, the other team will be allowed to collaborate and possibly steal away those points. The questions will go back and forth in rapid fire until the buzzer signals the end of the first round. Good luck to both teams. Albany, you get the first question. Oil of Olay, Mr. Clean, Love's Diapers, Head & Shoulders shampoo, and Ivory soap are among the many consumer products made by what large Ohio conglomerate that in 2005 bought the Gillette Corporation?
S.C. Johnson.
S.C. Johnson.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal. Yi.
Procter & Gamble.
That's right, for 10 points. Here's your first question, Eagles. A 2005 PBS documentary says that while he lived in Europe in the 18th century, he became interested in bringing Europe's wine culture to America. Name this U.S. president who included a good vintage as part of his pursuit of happiness.
Jefferson.
In the 18th century? Yeah. Oh, Jefferson.
Jefferson.
That is right, for 10 points. The coach of the high school football team featured in the 2005 ESPN reality series Bound for Glory is assisted by what legendary Chicago Bears linebacker, famed for his hard-hitting tackles?
Brian Graham. No. Oh, I say that.
Walter Payton.
No, I'm sorry. You can steal.
I don't know this. What?
Yeet.
Allred.
Dick Butkus.
Okay.
Next question. I will begin the story of my adventures from a certain morning early in the month of June, the year of grace 1751, when I took the key for the last time out of the door of my father's house. Name the Robert Louis Stevenson novel with this opening sentence.
Kidnapped.
That's right, for 10 points. Their purge in 1976 provided a ready scapegoat for all the ills of the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution. Name this quartet of former Communist Party leaders that included Jiang Qing, the widow of Mao Zedong.
The Big Four.
Big Four? No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal.
Gang of Four.
That is it, for 10 points. This Flemish painter worked at the court of Marie de Medici. What painter was known for his large women and chubby angels?
Rubens.
A little kinky, yes. 10 points. Its official rules include an expedite system to finish any game lasting more than 10 minutes. Name this sport where the official game only goes to 11 points, even though most games in your basement go to 21.
Ping pong.
That's right, for 10 points. 2005 research says the accuracy of the measurement of the kilogram can be improved if an exact value is given to the number of atoms in 1 mole of any substance. Name the Italian scientist who found that number of atoms to be approximately 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd.
Avogadro.
That's correct, for 10 points. At the end of the ancient play, 7 Against Thebes, what sister of the dead man Polynices is ordered buried alive by King Creon after she tries to bury her brother?
Antigone.
Antigone?
That's correct for 10 points. In 2005, the U.S. Supreme Court, by a 5-4 decision, allowed government to take private property for public use if more tax revenue can be generated thereby. Give the two-word term used in the United States for the practice of government appropriating private property for public use.
Eminent domain.
Or sheer greed. Yes, 10 points. And that's the end of the round. We see Albany has 20, Harker's in the lead with 70 points. We will come back and meet our interesting teams after these messages. Welcome back. You can become a member of our studio audience, and we have a lot of fun down here. All you have to do is call us at 650-637-1936. We'll send you tickets to a show. Please do so. We'd love to meet you. Okay, here's the story. This kid, Shen, decides after watching our show that he wants Albany High School to have a team. Goes to his teachers, they don't care. So he calls our producer and says, I want to form a team. I don't have a teacher coach. I don't have anybody in my school going, yes, yes, do it. Just these guys. And you do have a team now. You are the coach and the captain of your team. Shen, Lu, I salute you.
Thanks.
So aside from all your academics, you're really into swimming.
Yeah.
And what kind of events do you do when you swim?
Well, it's been fluctuating, but right now I'm into butterfly.
Butterfly? Now, do we measure that by speed? I mean,
Yeah.
or time?
By the time.
By
yeah.
time? So what's your best time on a butterfly event?
I don't keep track of that.
You don't keep track of that? Okay, well, don't drown. I have a great season. It's coming up. I know you're training, so have a great swimming season. Matt Connolly, you three are seniors. You, of course, look like an 8th grader, and I've been kidding you about it since you came in. But you could take me on for that because you've been doing Kung Fu for 10 years.
Yes, that's right.
And not only have you been doing Kung Fu, tell us what your level is.
Oh, well, right now I'm a black belt, brown fringe. Like, Kung Fu kind of has, the fringe system is mainly what we go by. So in another year or two, I should be able to get my black fringe, which puts me at the top.
Fringe, so Kung Fu's a little fancier.
A little fancier, I guess you could say.
Well, fancy schmancy, you're very strong. You do a very good job.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you and getting that black fringe. It'll look very nice with pearls or with, oh, never mind. Muhammad Amir Agahi.
Yeah.
Muhammad Amir, how are you? You are a senior. You're more of an artistic person.
Yeah, I spend most of my time drawing or, writing poetry and playing a little guitar here and there.
Oh my gosh, I mean, I just see you sitting in the center court of your school with the guitar. I mean, there must be lots of girls kind of sitting around at the floor just at your feet looking at you going, tell us another poem, Muhammad.
No.
Draw me a picture.
Hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't?
No.
They like jocks. What's wrong with these people at Albany High? They won't,
I just don't know.
they won't.
Well,
we like you, and we're glad you're here. Good luck to your team. Last year's second place team and the year before last, the Harker Eagles came to our first round and they played and they lost. Yi-sun out in the street screaming and yelling, but they had a score that most winners of teams would envy. And so you were back as our wild card team, so welcome back. And you have just finished, Yi-sun, or are working on an electronics project.
Yeah, I'm building a MP3 player for my final project.
Your own little iPod, huh?
Oh, it's less features, but
Less features. What do you hope will be the special features of your iPod that would make me, or your MP3 player that would make me choose you over, say, a Nano?
well, mine will fit at Altoids tin, which we all know is cooler than iPod Nano.
So it's like a Nano, or a Nini, or a Mini Nano.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Features, you can hold 3 songs,
Four.
4 songs, and an Altoid.
Yeah.
Good luck to you there, Yi. Han Yu, welcome back. You didn't play last time. You guys all kind of switch off a little bit, but you're always a strong player. And there you are in the center. And you've been working on an AP government project that sounds like it's really opened your eyes regarding our nation's electoral process.
Yeah, actually, I was working on a project and we were looking at campaign commercials over the past few years on television, and I looked at the commercials from 1952 until now, and it's really interesting how much more negative they actually tend to get over time.
The way that the candidates treat each other is more negative?
There tends to be a lot more mudslinging in the way that you see going on, especially in the last campaign, and I thought that was pretty interesting as a general trend.
Do you think that this trend is working on the electorate?
I don't think so, because personally, I don't particularly like that.
So we need a return to civility.
Definitely.
I agree with you, absolutely. Good for you.
Thank you.
Arkajit Day. Hello, Arkajit. You're a junior.
Yes.
And for the last couple of years, you've been working on the robotics team.
Yeah.
And how did they do last year?
Well, last year was the first year we went to nationals, so it was like our most successful year so far.
And so you hope for that success this year. You're the treasurer of the team, so it'll be up to you to have the funds ready to build whatever robot you have to build.
Yeah, and we'll find out in January what the challenge is that we have to build to
I
robots.
wish you very good luck with that challenge. Let's give a big hand to your coach, Bradley Stoll. I was on our robotics team last year, and you know what I built? Our judge, Frank Saboti. He can evaluate answers. This is what our challenge was. I'm very good at that. Thank you, Frank. We will be right back to continue playing the game after these words. We're back. Let's play the lightning round. Gentlemen and Han, put your hands on your buzzers. I will ask a series of 10-point questions. The first person to buzz in for their team gets to answer. If you give me the right answer, you'll score 10 points. If you give me the wrong answer, the other team will be allowed to collaborate and possibly steal those points away. If you buzz in before I complete the question, you'll have to answer with the information you've been given so far. And if you give me the wrong answer, I will complete the question for the other team. We are at 70-20. So let's see if the boys from Albany can catch up. Good luck to both teams. First question. In 2005, the U.S. men's team qualified for soccer's 2006 World Cup, even though they lost a game to two teams that also qualified. Name either team. Mohammed.
Mexico and Guatemala.
It was Mexico. I only asked for one. And Costa Rica. I will accept that. Next question. A kiss on the hand may be quite continental. That's Carol Channing singing Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. In the movie, of course, it was Marilyn Monroe. But diamonds are a girl's... Never mind. What was the movie or play that featured that song, Diamonds Are a Girl's Best... Han?
Moulin Rouge.
No, I'm sorry.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
You got it wrong, but at least you got to hear me sing like Carol Channing. Not very well. Gentlemen prefer blondes. One of Calvin Coolidge's main issues as president was helping American companies safeguard their Mexican investments in what industry that was eventually nationalized by Mexico in 1938? Yi.
Oil industry?
Yes. Whenever radio reporter Billy Batson hears of evil in the world, he can say the word Shazam and instantly change himself into what comic book superhero? Yi.
Superman?
Gosh, no. Come on, what happened to Clark Kent, buddy? You can answer, you can steal.
Captain America.
No, Captain Marvel. British painters Thomas Gainsborough, William Blake, and John Ruskin all belong to what school of art? Mohammed.
Abstract expressionism.
No, I'm sorry. Eagles, you can steal.
Realism.
Romanticism. In what Shakespeare play does the title character say, "Then will he strip his sleeve and show his scars, and say, these wounds I had on Crispin day, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother"?
Comedy verse.
No.
Want to say Tempest?
The Tempest.
No, I'm looking for the character, but it's also the title, Henry V. M1 and M2 are the masses of two objects that have a distance r between them. What force is calculated by the product of M1, M2, and a constant g? Arkajit.
Gravitational force.
That is right. The British woman who wrote the 2005 book Around the World in 80 Dates obviously based her title on the classic novel, Shen.
Around the World in 80 Days.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Based her title on the classic novel Around the World in 80 Days by what French author?
Jules Verne.
Correct. New Harmony, Indiana, a colony begun by Robert Owen, is based on the principles of what concept? Mohammed.
Utopianism.
Correct. The current governor of Ohio is the great-grandson of what man who was the first ever to serve as both president and chief justice of the Supreme Court? Yi.
Taft.
Yes. He was kidnapped in 2002 while on his way to interview a terrorist leader, and he was Mohammed.
Daniel Pearl.
You're right. In 2005, Canada's Alexandre Depatie became the first man ever to score more than 800 points in a 3-meter springboard competition in what sport? Yi.
Diving.
Correct. The oldest object on Earth was displayed in Wisconsin in 2005, a crystal some 4 billion years old that is made from the silicate compound of what chemical element with symbol ZR? Yi.
Zirconium.
Correct. It took more than 4 years, but its CEO, Jack Pelton, now says its business is as big as before September 11th. Name this maker of the Citation business jet and the Caravan turboprop airplane. Yi.
Gulfstream.
No. You guys can talk it over, or you can tell me.
Lockheed Martin.
Cessna. That's the end of the round. Harker has won 30, Albany 50 points. We will return with our final round of the day after this message. Let's play the extreme lightning round. Can you believe that last week I forgot the name of this round? And it's so exciting. The point values are doubled. You guys could catch up. Here we go. A fire in a storage building in Bristol owned by Aardman Animations destroyed most of the props. Yi.
Wallace and Gromit.
Correct. One theory of Mozart's death is poisoning from what chemical element that was used as an ancient cosmetic? Yi.
Lead.
Nope. That was used as an ancient cosmetic in its sulfide form, stibnite.
Arsenic.
Antimony. In 2005, how many hurricanes were named before Hurricane Katrina came along? Arkajit?
4.
Nope.
3 or 2. Wait, no.
19.
Well, you see, K is the 11th letter of the alphabet, so there were 10. That's how it works. What set of variation by Johann Sebastian Bach was named for the personal harpsichordist of an insomniac count? The Goldberg variations. The paradox named for him says that although most numbers are not perfect squares, there are as many perfect squares as there are, yes, Yi.
Cantor.
No, there are as many perfect squares as there are whole numbers. Name this legendary scientist who in 1610 found 4 moons of Jupiter.
Galileo.
Correct. The first battle by this name took place in the summer of 1862. The second a few months later. Yi?
Bull Run.
Yes. After clay is baked for the first time, it becomes permanently hard and is known by what term? Mohammed?
Crust.
No. You can steal.
Wait. Earthenware.
Bisque. The 1942 Bataan Death March during World War II killed about 5,000 Americans on the Bataan Peninsula of what island? Yes, Yi.
Philippines.
Yes. It was started by Rawlings in 1957, and the most people to have won it are Brooks Robinson and, yes, Shen.
The Gold Glove.
That's right. He emerged out of the War of the Roses as King of England with Lancastrian support. Give the name and number of the first Tudor king. Arkajit.
James the First.
No. You.
Henry II.
No, it's Henry VII. Name the 20th century European playwright whose works include The Bald Soprano and Rhinoceros. Han.
Eugene Onesco.
That's right. Now a division of Kraft Foods, it was started by Amedeo Obici, an Italian immigrant in 1906. What maker of peanut products uses the character Mr. Peanut in its ads? Shen.
No answer.
Don't know? Okay, you can steal.
Planters.
Planters Peanuts, that's right. Name the former Delaware senator whose namesake individual retirement account allows tax-free withdrawals. Yi.
Roth.
Right. The jail where the Count of Monte Cristo was imprisoned was located in the Bay, named for what French city, which also names that country's national anthem? Yi.
Marseille.
Right. The 2005 book, 100 People Who Are Screwing Up America, claims that number 37 on the list is what former Muhammad?
Al Franken.
You're right. What four-word proverb involving canines is used to mean don't stir up trouble for yourself? Yi.
Don't dig up dead dogs.
No.
Go.
Barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
Bark up the wrong tree.
No, let sleeping dogs lie. Don't dig up dead dogs. You sick puppy, you. The periodic table is divided into 18 groups, one for each column. In what column will you find argon, krypton, and zinc? Yes, argogen.
18.
Yes. One of John Kerry's major selling points in the 2004 presidential election was that while in the military, he was injured enough in combat to win Yi.
Purple Heart.
That's right. That's the end of the game. Let's look at the score. 110 over here with 310. Harker wins the game. You guys should be very proud of your first run with us. We hope you'll be back next year. Have a great year. Get those people at Albany stirred up for you. You won this time. You'll be back next time. We will see you in our second round. Bye-bye, everybody.
The following underwriters helped to make this program possible: SBC, the San Mateo Credit Union, Oracle, and Samtrans. Tournament champions will win an all-expense-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS. Additional support provided by these Bay Area newspapers: the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry and the Knights Templar.